the bumper's got to come back off.
You
Not
serious?
now, but it's got to come back off so I can re-glue this.
Oh.
Hey Phil, what's up? What are we doing today?
So the bumper, the bracket over the years has died. It no longer stays up. You clip it in place and it doesn't stay very long. So we've decided to try to do a quick release latching system on the bumper. Sorry for the noise. So I imagine what we're going to do is take the bumper off, measure up, or remove the bracket, measure up where we are. If there's any pre-existing holes, maybe we can use that, and then measure the distance and then the depth, and then mark the bumper, drill it out, put these in. So basically, this will go on one side. You can tighten that down. This nub will clip into this, and that button is exactly that, a button. So it'll unlatch the bumper. So we're gonna give it a shot and see what happens. 2000 Audi A4.
Yeah, let's see what happens, man. Let's get to it.
So you've got to pull on this vehicle, 2000 A4, B5 chassis. You've got to pull these two bolts out. They actually hold the skin to the posts. So they're T40 hex. So you pull that. Oh, and you'll find those down by the fog lights. So there's a little plastic housing that you've got to pop out, and then right up here, that's where you'll find it. So after you've removed those two bolts and removed the housings, you've got to pull the screws, the 3 screws for the fog lamps, which I've done. They're just regular, nothing really special. So you pull 3 of them on each side. I like to just sit the housing back inside so you're not taking it with you. And then you just fiddle around until it comes off. And there you go. Bumper off. I like to lay it down. It's got a metal brace in the bumper, the crash bar. I used to sit it on the ends, which it sits more stable, but I found that the weight started to spread the corners of the bumper, which actually might be a contributing factor to why that bracket wore out a little bit quicker. So now I just sit it on the license plate. For you though, for those that don't have license plates, just put it on something soft. I think the grass is soft enough. So you've got to remove the bracket. So 4 screws, and they are, crap, it's too rusted, I can't tell what it is. Oh, it's T206 fitting. Nice, they're not on very tight. Beautiful. But you know there's always one, right? So it'll probably be the one on the other side.
There's always one. Always.
Sweet. Now we get to see the amount of dirt come out of this thing, because it's never been removed since it was built some 18 years ago. Alright, now we can see what we're working with here. Bracket off. So, I think that's too small to use this hole. Not to mention the washer. So since this is our first time, we did take the bracket off and we realized that if you leave the bracket on, you'll have a bit more spacing. So this post can sit out further because we were having problems with the bumper sitting in too far. So the bracket keeps everything further out. We put this in and now everything sits nice and flush. So just so you see, you've got to drill out some of this bracket so you can get your fingers in there to tighten. But this is what it looks like on the other side. So now, time to do the other side. So I've measured where the hole will go, and it's exactly the same as the other side. So now to make myself cry. Okay, so pilot hole. Then you've got to get a bigger bit, make the hole bigger so that black piece, the quick release piece, can go right through. So, like I was saying, we had to drill out the other side. So, pilot hole, make it a little bit bigger, then you still have to make it bigger. So if you come around here, I'll show you that you have to cut into the bracket. It's not the cleanest, but it's done. The black piece goes in, the nut goes on, and now it's just time to make sure everything sits up properly, and hopefully it does, and we can just finalize everything.
You already said that, right?
Yep. So I'll let you get your side on first. Up low, yeah. Good over there?
Good. I'm definitely on now. I'll show you that wing after. That'd be crazy if it went under that other flat.
What's that?
Or does it go under that flat?
What?
Is this one where it needs to be?
You gotta come this way. Good?
Yeah.
Alright.
But I can't see what's happening on my side, so I'll just leave it. Just look at it on my side.
So after fiddling with this side, we figured out exactly what has to happen. The hardest part is just trying to figure out how far out the shaft goes. Hi. How far out the shaft goes to meet with the button. That was the hardest part. And then, of course, you want to double it on both sides so it looks the same, so it's in the right spot and it clips, but it leaves a nice, clean, like, from a distance you don't even notice it. So yeah, now it's just reverse. You put back, well, the bumper is now clipped, so I got to put the 2 screws back in, put the fog lights back in, and then the housings, and that's pretty much it. When you've done it before, you'll obviously do it faster. This took us a little while, but we were trying to figure out everything, and you only want to make one cut, one drill hole, right? So that's about it.